On a perfect day at Fenway Park, Main Day, the Red Sox seek a perfect series, a sweep over the White Sox on what has certainly been the most memorable homestand of 2017, with the Sox up by 3 games in the East. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Fenway. Great to have you with us today. I'm Dave O'Brien alongside the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley, Jemai Webster coming along in just a couple of moments. And indeed, on this homestand, the Red Sox have won 3 times on walk-offs, twice in extra innings. And more importantly, Eck, it's been the power surge this club has been waiting for.
And that hasn't been there all year. You think about it, they're in last in home runs, but not since this homestand. It's been exciting to watch because they could do it just like this. You talk about this start of this series. Devers goes deep the first night. They get off to a 4-0 lead. Later on, Betts hits a 2-run shot too. And these aren't just solos. I mean, against Cleveland, they hit 2 3-run shots on that Tuesday night. But farther into this series, on Friday night, another home run walk-off there by Mitch Moreland, which is a beautiful thing. He's hit 2 home runs during that span of 8 home runs in that 5 games. And then you see what happened last night. The 2 2-run shots, both of them majestic home runs there by Benintendi there in the first inning. And later on, how about this ball? Bradley hits way over everything, up over the bullpen. 2 2-run shots last night. Only 5 hits, but they win that game. And you see what they've done over the last 5 games. The 8 home runs, the runners in scoring position, they're making the most out of their hits. They're scoring close to 7 runs a game. This is how they get it done. And then you can't forget about the pitching. The pitching's been there too. But you love to see the way you score with home runs. A lot of clubs do it. They haven't done it all year, but recently they have.
It's the Red Sox baseball that we have come to know at Fenway Park, more of those home runs. So the Red Sox have done what they needed to do. They have won the series. Now they are trying to do something they'd love to do, and that is sweep the series. It'll be Doug Fister on the mound here this afternoon. Red Sox finishing up the homestand against the Chicago White Sox and looking for the sweep. Brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. DH was a late ad. Sanchez at third, Anderson at short. Omar Narvaez doing the catching. Alan Hansen at right field and batting ninth. We'll be facing Doug Fister, Red Sox starter, 1-5 with a .518 earned run average.
It's Junior Announcer Day. Here's Leandro from Fort Myers, Florida with Red Sox defense, brought to you by Southwest Airlines.
Thanks, Mr. Eckersley. Here's today's Red Sox defense. Rafael Devers is at third. Zender Bogaerts at shortstop. Brock Holt at second. And at first is Mitch Moreland. Andrew Benintendi is in left field. Jackie Bradley Jr. in center. Chris Young is in right field. And Sandy Leon is doing the catching for Doug Fister.
Leandro's the man. Nicely done, sir. Underway, Garcia in. Red Sox 6-2 on the homestand. Garcia 284, 7 home runs. He's driven in 24. And Doug Fister looking to duplicate what he did last time out against Cleveland. A 6-2 win, 7 2/3, 5 hits. He struck out 5.
And we saw a lot of those curveballs. He had a real good curveball last time out. A lot of ground balls. Didn't get the ball in the air very often. That's as good as Fister has been this year, without a doubt.
And he gets his first man as he fans Garcia one away. Here are the umpires, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Dan Bellino behind the plate. It's Jerry Lane at first, Marvin Hudson at second, Mike Estabrook at third. Happy 90th birthday to the beautiful Phyllis Dick today. 90 years young. Moncada just 146 with 1 home run. Oh, 2.
Boy, he could change speeds big time. That curveball sets up everything, I tell you. He has difficulty with left-handed hitters, hitting 345 off of him, so that's a good look. First 2 guys up.
Into the shift, takes a nice bounce. Holt off balance, got him. Fine play from the grass in right field. 2 gone.
This ends up being a real nice play by Brock Holt. Has a long ways to go, gets to it, throws it on the run up in the air, easily gets Moncada, who can run.
Red Sox with a couple of guys you can really move around, right? Brock Holt, Eduardo Nunez, multiple positions. Jose Abreu now, first baseman, 293, 19 home runs. You know, when Fister is really good, as he was last time out, he gets the outs quickly. He works so fast.
Sometimes I think he works almost too fast. He's pounding the strike zone early. Not afraid to throw that fastball, but I'll tell you what, he's got a good curveball, a little slider, and a good changeup to left-handers.
Red Sox looking for a 6th consecutive win, and that just missed. 10 pitches, 8 strikes for Fister. Indians have jumped out in front of the Yankees there in the second inning, 1-0 Cleveland. Wave and a miss, and down he goes for strike 3. Fister off to the races, gets him in order with 2 Ks, and the Red Sox are coming up. Here's Cooper from Scarborough, Maine, with the Red Sox lineup, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com.
Thanks, Mr. O'Brien. Here is today's Red Sox lineup. Leading off at second base, Brock Holt. The designated hitter, Eduardo Nunez. In left field, Andrew Benintendi. In right, Chris Young. At third base, Rafael Devers. The shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. At first base, Mitch Moreland. In center field, Jackie Bradley Jr. The catcher, Sandy Leone.
Coop, thanks so much. Red Sox up for the first time against the right-hander Mike Pelfrey. 3-9 ERA at 5.04. Brock Holt to test him first. Pelfrey was not with them at the top of the season. He was a Detroit Tiger. They released him. And he has had his issues. And a 1-2. Rolled toward first, but a foul ball.
Yeah, Pelfrey's been scuffling lately. His last 7 starts. 0-4 with a 7.5 ERA. 10 home runs. The home run balls hurt him, and his guy's a sinker ball pitcher.
It does get a lot of double plays. It's actually tied for first in the majors since 2015 with 68 double plays. 2 sinker ballers today, and the 1-2 to Brock. In play to the right side, Moncada. So 1 away.
The White Sox defense is second to last in the American League. 82 errors, 108 games around the infield. Third base, Yolmer Sanchez at third, Tim Anderson at short, Yoan Moncada at second, Jose Abreu at first. Out in the outfield, Nicky Delmonico in left, Lurie Garcia in center, Alex Hansen in right. Behind the plate, Omar Narvaez catching Mike Pelfrey.
That'll send up the DH today. Eduardo Nunez, 417, 3 home runs with the Red Sox. With Benintendi on deck. Showing a bunt and taking a strike. He can drop down a bunt. We're finding out there are a lot of things Eduardo Nunez can do, including steal you a base. Did go 0 for 4 last night in the Red Sox win. High fly, well hit left center. That one way back there. Back it goes. That ball is gone. A home run. Well, he's done a lot of that too, hasn't he? His 4th Red Sox home run. 1-0 Boston, and the Red Sox launching again.
He gets a pitch to hit, and he kills it. The 4th home run by Nunez. I'll tell you, this kid, last night he didn't get a hit, so he makes up for it in his first at bat. Takes a pitch for a strike. The next pitch, fastball up, out, over, and he drives this ball to the deepest part of the ballpark. Dead center field, ball gone.
Benintendi blasted a home run last night. Speedway is proud to be New England's first choice for value and convenience. For every Sox homer this season, Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. And during August in Massachusetts stores, use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase $3 of in-store merchandise and get 10 cents off a gallon.
What did he come here with? 4 home runs? Or all I know is he got 4 more, and he did it in a week, 8 days.
And loving Fenway. Benintendi 13th home run of the season last night.
It'd been a while since he had hit a home run. That had to feel good.
Yeah, it had been since July 4th.
Right, and what a pretty swing.
Chris Young on deck, and the 2-1 from Pelfrey. Fouled off the catcher. Back to last night.
Look at this swing. It is so pretty. Balanced. Back foot. Launches it. Little cutter that's coming right back to him, and he loses it.
Andrews had a good homestand. 6 for 10. 3 RBIs. 2 doubles and the home run. And that's in there for strike 3. 2 gone. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Copper2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. And among those celebrating the home run by Nunez, the great Matt Damon. Boston's own will be joining us during our telecast today.
Oh, he's a major fan. He and Affleck.
Donnie Wahlberg was with us earlier this season, and I'll tell you, I don't know if anyone can top him, you know, as far as
he knew his stuff.
Actors, producers, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Matt is an incredibly knowledgeable fan. Now, earlier, Brock Holt, before he led off, over there with Matt Damon, we've been talking for years about the resemblance of these two.
What do you think?
And they needed to get together.
Yeah, it's close, isn't it?
They're pretty much brothers. Across the outside corner, Young not thrilled. Two down, a run in, and the base is empty. And chop foul at the plate.
He's got that little two-seamer that if he's not careful, it runs back over the middle of the plate.
I'd be thrilled if somebody ever said that. You know, hey, you look like this really good-looking celebrity.
It's flattering, is what it is.
For Brock Holt, but doesn't happen to everybody. 2-2. Devers on deck. Red Sox now hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Like so many old Red Sox teams used to do, with the offensive attack was such a big part of it for a lot of us growing up. And there's a high deep drive way out of here. Look at this one sail. Goodness gracious. Chris Young with his 9th.
And there's that stroke again, that three-quarter stroke, and that ball just jumps off his bat. How about that? 2 solo shots here early in the game, then the beat goes on with this home run ball. You see that two-seamer, he left it middle and it's just sitting there, and you see that stroke, he just cuts it off, but this ball's way out of the ballpark. Right down the line, does not hook. Beautiful.
Number 6 for Chris Young. That'll bring up Devers. The Red Sox getting out in front 2-0 on 2 long balls off of Pelfrey. The home run ball has been a big issue for their pitching staff, and a tapper back to the hill, and that will retire the side. But Nunez and Young strike, no doubters, and the Sox lead it 2-0. Pitching matchups for the series against Tampa Bay. It's a 2-game series. Chris Sale and Rick Porcello to go against the Rays, and then the Red Sox will move on to New York. And a series with the Yankees. Sox with a 3-game lead in the division. And trying to gain more ground today. Cleveland has a 1-0 lead on New York, 3rd inning. And the Red Sox lead this one 2-0 on 2 big flies right away against Pelfrey. And Chris Young just destroying his for his 6th home run. So early support for Doug Fister. Delmonico, a .368 hitter. And Bunning.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
Drops down a base hit. No chance to get him. Bogarts will just stick in his back pocket. And boy, this kid has impressed here in his first week in the big leagues.
Yeah, this kid is the MVP for the White Sox in this series. That's his 8th hit of this series. 5 RBIs. You know, the guy's a rookie. You play him to pull like that. You don't know his whole game. I mean, that's an easy hit.
They just brought him up on Tuesday. Saladino, the DH, Tyler Saladino, was not in their original starting lineup. It was going to be Matt Davidson, and that's a break because Davidson had 22 home runs. He's been out with a wrist injury. They tried to get him in there today, and that was a no-go. Saladino has not hit one.
God, Saladino's got 0 home runs, and your DH has got 22. I mean, they've got no power except for Abreu. You got a DH with no home runs. That's unheard of.
Batting out of the 5 spot. He looks at a strike. He's a guy they move around. He's made starts at 2nd, short, 3rd, and DH.
I'll tell you what, Fister had his back up against the wall before he pitched against the Indians. Nobody knew what they were going to get out of him. We really weren't sure, right? And for him to pitch like he did turned his whole season around.
Fly ball down the line, headed for the wall. That one deep into the corner. That's going to be a fair ball. Benintendi chasing that down to 3rd. Delmonico, and it'll be a double for Saladino. Kind of floated it down into that corner.
He floated it, hanging breaking ball. He couldn't get the barrel to it. Surprised he hit enough of this. See this little hanger, look at it, leaves it way inside, and he just couldn't get the barrel. Almost got the label to it, and then what is it, about a quarter of the way off the wall, but perfectly placed down the left field line. Easy double for him.
Nobody out, 2 men in scoring position now for the White Sox, and here comes Yolmer Sanchez, 3rd baseman, .256, 5 homers. The guy really crowds the plate, and he'll pop a foul for strike 1. Sox have won 7 out of their last 9, 5 in a row. They are 13 above 500. There's 1 shy of their season high, and 1 game ahead of last year's pace.
These guys have got nothing to lose. They just let it go.
Well, they've done a lot of losing, 41 and 67. And it's not going to get any better these last couple of months. Not with their depleted club.
Yeah, we don't really care. We just want to beat them today and go away.
0-2. Now, Mookie Betts off today. I haven't said that very much. He leads the majors in innings played. And tomorrow's a day off too. That's another floater that barely makes it to left. Here comes 1 run. Delmonico is in. Saladino down to 3rd, and the White Sox on the board as the throw gets home to Leon. That'll make it 2-1.
Well, that was absolutely a little thing, a little curveball. He barely makes contact with it, perfectly placed into left field. You see a good pitch there. After all the fastballs, he throws a curveball, a little bite to it, end of the bat, kind of a one-handed swing. That is an ugly thing. It didn't even get out of the infield. That's an RBI base hit.
So Tim Anderson next, a .237 hitter, a little bit of power. He's hit 10 home runs, but he's in an 8 for 43 skid. 3 consecutive hits here for Chicago. Started with the bunt by Delmonico. And a 2-1 game here in the second. Ground ball right side. That barely gets into the outfield. Here comes another run. Saladino scores. These are finding holes. That has quickly tied the game 2-2.
I mean, it's not pretty, but it gets the job done. You think the guy's not going to hit the ball the other way. Fastball middle, though. I mean, it's a good pitch to hit. He just doesn't hit it very hard, but he places it nicely. That's a nice piece of hitting. I mean, you're thinking he's going to try to drive the ball, but it's an RBI base hit. It gets the job done.
Single, double, single, single. Nothing hard hit. But here comes Narvaez at 260 with a home run. First and second, still nobody out. Pfister needs one of these ground balls right at somebody. So the 2-0 lead quickly disappears. And now the White Sox are charging. Check swing, a strike.
Boy, he's just throwing a lot of strikes. Going after guys with that fastball.
24 pitches, 20 strikes. And the 0-2 to Narvaez, and fouled off himself. Red Sox with 8 walk-off wins this season, including a major league high 5 since the All-Star break. In fact, 7 of the Sox last 16 wins at Fenway have been walk-off wins. 0-2.
Tried to paint him away, got away from him a little bit there. But this is his style. This is, you know, we saw him walk several guys against Toronto that one start, which is so unlike him. I think he walked 5 guys.
And he's walked this guy. We're gone to 2-2 now on Narvaez.
But all fastballs, 5 fastballs.
Hansen on deck. First and second, nobody out, and fouled off. Red Sox have played well at Fenway, 35-20 at Fenway Park, the highest home winning percentage in the American League after last night's victory. And slowing down his tempo here. Here's Holt. Looks at first base. He'll get the certain out there as the runners advance to second and third. And that'll bring up Hansen.
Narvaez gets the job done. I don't think he was quite trying to do that, but he rolled over on a fastball. Got runners into scoring position with 1 out. Once again, the ball is sinking just a little bit. Can't turn a double play on that.
Hansen 268 with a couple of home runs. Lofts that one. Here comes Young charging on, down on the knees. He made the catch. Tagging up at third and scampering in is Sanchez. Nice play out there in right field by Young. However, the White Sox have taken a 3-2 lead.
You never know if he would have kept his feet, but you'll just take the out at this point. This ball, I thought it was going to be a little dunk shot out there into right field, but he leaves his feet right there, and obviously the sacrifice fly guy on third is going to tag. But if he catches that and has momentum to the plate, there would have been a play at the plate. But 3-2 the White Sox.
Back up to the top of the order now, Lurie Garcia, who struck out in the first. Runner at second base, 2 gone and 3 runs in. Moncada would be next, and that's in there for a strike. He starts. Hammered, and he got it. He'll throw on to first base to complete the out. That was hard hit. That might have been the hardest hit ball.
You're right.
In the entire inning. 3-2 Chicago. Coors Banquet. 28 years ago today was Carl Yastrzemski Day at Fenway. Red Sox retiring Yaz's number in an unforgettable ceremony just 2 weeks after Yaz's induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now here Chicago has jumped out in front 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the second. Xander Bogaerts, who rested last night, back in there this afternoon. He's hit safely in 6 in a row. 302 lifetime against this White Sox team, and now suddenly Pelfrey has the lead. He gave up a couple of blasts in the first inning to Nunez and Young. Bogaerts 280 with 6 homers, followed by Moreland and then Bradley.
Mixes in that little slow curveball.
It's 68 miles an hour. Barely gets there. And Pelfrey with a 2-2. Liner to right field. That's going to settle down for a base hit. That's a 7-game hitting streak for Xander.
Great stroke there by Bogaerts, especially after that slow breaking ball. He stays on the fastball, hits it the other way.
Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets, from bleachers to boxes. Ace has the lowest prices to games at Fenway. Treat yourself for someone special with tickets to a game. Call 1-800-MY-SEATS. So it'll send up Mitch Moreland. He's had a 4-game hitting streak coming into play today. 1 for 3 with a double last night on a shot high off the monster. Runner goes. Thrown on nearly in time, and Xander Bogaerts has an easy theft.
That was an absolute no-brainer. He had such a big jump. Pelfrey is fairly slow to the plate, but he was gone. See ya. Narvaez has no chance. He has no chance to throw him out. I love this style of baseball. Go get him. I mean, he could run on the catcher. The pitcher's slow to the mound. I mean, go for it.
Number 10 for Xander. And Moreland will take a strike. Bradley on deck. 3-2 White Sox. Each of Moreland's last 7 hits have gone for extra bases. 5 doubles, 2 homers. High fly. That one headed for the wall as well. But here comes Delmonico on the track, and he'll make the play. Back to second base goes Xander.
I tell you, the ball goes up in the air to left field. You think it's going to jump out of here, especially after Moreland hit the walk-off the other way the other night.
So 1 gone for Jackie Bradley.
Now, Moreland's been hitting the ball the other way. We've seen him go off the wall. We've seen him go over a walk-off home run, and I like that stroke the other way.
And one getting as far as the warning track. Bradley 261, hit his 13th home run last night. And that was gone instantaneously. 3-game hitting streak for Jackie. That fastball sitting around 89, 90.
He's not afraid to crowd you, just like Fister's been throwing balls inside to left-handers.
This guy's been throwing a lot of strikes too. 72% of his pitches so far today. Off speed got him to swing and miss on that split.
Crowd guys with that fastball, you can get away with, you know, a little off-speed split changeup.
Bogart's off second base, 1 down. To the right side. And a play to first base in time to get him, and Xander Bogart safely into third with 2 away.
Pitch Bradley tough there. Fastball in, 2 splits down, and gets a little rollover.
Sandy Leon's been out of the lineup since scoring in one of the walk-off victories, one of the 3, the first of the 3, on a dance to home plate. Tweaked his knee a little bit. But over the last 3 homestands, he's hitting .321. So swinging a good bat, trying to pick up a run from third base with 2 down in the second.
That 68 breaking ball again.
Jackie overall at 243 with 6 homers. Looks like another afternoon. The ball will be carrying. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackie said a few days ago, if you were a shortstop or a second baseman, even a third baseman, that this knee problem would not have kept him out of the lineup, but it was the act of squatting, putting more pressure on the knee, that was holding him out of the lineup. Not something he needed to be DL'd for.
Not going to change his speed any.
Fouled out of play.
This Pelfrey hard in and soft away is what he's all about.
Talking about Sandy Leon with that knee.
We've been lucky just to only have 2 catchers this year. You talked about it before. All it takes is a foul tip, and you got, you know, that could happen any given day.
And a 1-2. Jumps back again out of the way, and you're right about crowding him. Not afraid to do that.
And he's not really trying to throw a strike there. He's just trying to shove it in there. Little 2-seamer trying to bring it back. See if he throws him that 68 piece. Split finger. Split finger.
He went for it. Down he goes. Picked up by Narvaez, who will get him at first base to record the strikeout. So the Sox get a runner down to third, but can't bring him in. Still 3-2 Chicago. Strickland, Sexual Assault and Support Center Executive Director. The Red Sox Foundation launching the Impact Awards to provide Red Sox fans to vote for their favorite local nonprofits, and you're the winner. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We're so happy to be able to have this opportunity to help provide services to victims of sexual assault.
Can you talk about what your organization does in Maine?
Sure. We provide a 24-hour confidential support line that's available to anybody affected by sexual violence, and it's free, confidential. We also provide one-to-one support. We provide services like support groups, education in our schools. We also provide a program now called the Children's Advocacy Center, which is a place when a child is disclosed or there's suspicion of sexual abuse, that we are able to have the child come in for a specialized forensic interview, that they get to tell their story once instead of to several strangers all at one time. And then we also provide education in the community, basically anything related to sexual assault, sexual abuse. We provide those services when we can.
Now, how about the $10,000 Impact Award? What will you be using that for?
Well, generally we'll be using it for our children's advocacy program, which is probably the least funded of any of our programs, and we need that in order to help match other victims of crime money as well. And so this is going to allow us to continue to do this really important work, particularly for the children. We see over 400 children a year, unfortunately.
Well, congratulations on the award. It's wonderful for you.
Thank you so very much. We're so happy and we're so thankful to the foundation and to all the people in Maine who voted for us as a understanding the impact of sexual violence in their community.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
You're on Maine Day today.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thanks to Donna Strickland joining us here in the booth. Base hit by Moncada to lead off the inning against Pfister, who has allowed 5 hits right away.
That shift is not working for the Red Sox today. You know, the bunt by Delmonico earlier and then the shift by Moncada. I mean, it's glaring when it doesn't work, you know, but obviously it works for everybody.
So Abreu hit here for the second time. He struck out the first time. And taken down low for a ball. Abreu, 19 home runs and 68 runs batted in.
I'm more afraid of the guy on deck all of a sudden than Abreu in this series. Breaking ball away.
And popped him up into the sun and right. And Chris Young with a grab. One man gone. Abreu, for the most part, has been fairly quiet in the series. Red Sox have done a good job on him. Delmonico will be next. He dropped down a beautiful bunt last time. And would be brought in to score. First of their 3 runs in the second inning. Fly it into right field. Boy, Young's been very busy out there early. 2 down.
Kind of aggressive hitting here by the White Sox. That's what I expected when they came here.
Saladino will climb in. He ripped a double. No, ripped, he really didn't. There was actually a floater down the left field line. And scored a run. They had 4 consecutive hits in that second off of Pfister.
You don't think much of that, but a backhanded pick by a fastball. You don't expect a fastball to be in the dirt.
Popped him up. Out goes Holt. Brock fighting that sun and a bit of a breeze, but he hauls it in. So after the leadoff single, the next 3 go in order. 3-2 Chicago. on August 15 and 16 for coverage of the WEEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon presented by Arbella Insurance Foundation. Arbella Insurance Foundation here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. Brock Holt rattling one to short. And on one pitch, one away here in the Red Sox third, 3-2 Chicago. Sox jumped out in front fast against Mike Pelfrey on a pair of home runs, one by the next man in, Eduardo Nunez, the other by Chris Young.
Nunez gets a fastball. He left it out over the plate and he lost it. Hit it out over the 379 sign.
So he has 8 home runs, and half of those have come with the Red Sox in very quick order. Nunez is third in the majors with 33 hits since the All-Star break. As you pointed out, it's really been since the middle of May. He's
370 since the middle of May.
Went down on a knee on a big swing, and it's 0-2.
I don't think it was a matter of how hard he swung. He just off balance a little bit. Going to get a fastball in.
0-2. Another one to the shortstop. Anderson, long throw. And Abreu able to hang on to the bag and get the out, so they're 2 down. Benintendi next.
He's hustling down that line. I don't know how you stop like that, you know. First baseman gets in the way and stops your whole Yahoo act.
He had to make an athletic adjustment there. Slide down. Benintendi 0 for 1. Caught looking on a third strike in the first inning. 3-2 White Sox. And a base hit. Sanchez was over there but still couldn't get it. Benintendi going the opposite way.
Everybody looking fastball, getting it, swinging.
Now Chris Young coming up. This was a no-doubter in the first inning.
It really was. He just chopped at it and kept it fair. That's the biggest thing. That ball didn't hook. It just stayed right there.
Matt Damon loved it. Got a chance to stand up and cheer a couple of home runs in the first inning. Chris with his 6th.
Yeah, they're going to start paying attention now. The Red Sox running. Narvaez doesn't throw very well.
Runner holds and pounded in there for a strike.
You see the swing here. One follows all the way through. The other one chops it off about 3/4 on those 2 home run swings. Always comparing that to Johnny Gomes' swing, wasn't it? Johnny kind of had a swing like that. Chris Young was saying you don't play every day. You've got to cut your swing down.
Chris said, I've had about 100 swings. Tinkering a lot with it over the years.
Has he?
Yep. It was picture perfect in the first inning. Throw down to first base. Benintendi with a dive back.
What's that?
Today's main day game brought to you by LL Bean, helping families enjoy the outdoors together since 1912 with trusted gear and apparel. Proud partners with the Boston Red Sox. Sponsors of the tarp. And the 1-1 from the tall right-hander. Thought about a snap toss to first base again. You know, the immensely talented Matt Damon joining us in our booth in the next half inning. Great Sox fan. . lifelong Red Sox fan. The 2-1. And a good count for Young.
I think Matt's from Andover, Massachusetts, if I'm right. A lot of people, Matt Damon sightings in Andover.
And now he's a citizen of the world.
Yes.
Just like you. Devers on deck. 3-2 Chicago.
Look at that hole over there. The hole's right side of the infield.
Oh, tags that one into left field, backing up Delmonico at the wall, leaping, can't get it. Benintendi racing around third. He is going to score. The throw will be cut.
No.
Play at third base. That run is in a rundown. Young trying to get to third, and he will be tagged out. So at the end of 3, the Red Sox have tied it. Young with another shot. 3-3 game at the end of the 3rd. We're back for the top half of the 4th inning in a tie game, and delighted to have Matt Damon with us in the booth. And sorry to pull you away from all of your family down there. I know you got a lot of them down there.
Yeah, we roll deep. Yeah, that's those are the best seats in the world too.
Yeah, they are.
These aren't bad though. This is a great way to watch.
These aren't too shabby. And I know you've been up here before, but how many Sox games so far for you this season?
This is my first one that I've been to. I've seen a bunch though. I've been watching a lot with my dad this summer.
Yeah.
How far you go back with the Sox? When did you?
Past you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. The early 70s. I mean, I guess probably. Well, I mean, like the '78 team would be.
Right,
the team that I can do everybody's stance in the lineup, and we would do all all the pitchers, and I mean we my friend Pete Kohansky and I would one guy would hit and one guy would pitch.
That's cool.
But so it's been a lifelong disease, which is what it is for most of us in Boston.
You got it.
But you've overcome it. I mean, and the winning did it, right?
The winning did it. I think that it's funny in 2004 I still remember coming home, and
Marlin will scoop that one and wins the foot race there to get Sanchez one away.
I remember you at the '99 All-Star game.
Yes,
that's what I remember.
yeah. Well, that was I mean, that weekend was amazing because they brought all those guys back, and my dad still talks about that. He'd been to the Oscars at that point, and he said, no offense, but he said that meant nothing to me compared to this. This is a lot cooler.
Yeah.
That was when the public address announcer at Fenway kept asking for the players to clear the field over and over.
Yes, because Williams came out he came out in the golf cart. It was incredible.
And it took forever, and the players were ignoring it, saying, forget it.
Yeah, this is more
Teddy
important.
Ball game here, forget it. That was great stuff.
My dad and I actually got invited up to his box on that weekend, and we had a hot dog. We had a Fenway Frank with Ted Williams in one of the boxes out in left field. It was unbelievable. Yeah, it was really special.
What was he like?
I mean, that was a pretty short interaction, but he was great. I mean, he could have punched us in the face though, and we probably would have said he's great.
Right. Ted Williams. That was an amazing All-Star game, and you remember what Pedro did.
Yeah. He struck out the side in the first, and I remember talking to Schilling after that. And he was.
Anderson will take a seat, not delighted with the call, but punched out there, and they're 2 away.
Schilling goes, yeah, great. After the game, he goes, now he was the opposing pitcher, and he goes, Pedro comes out, strikes out the side, and Kirk goes, okay, great. Now I got to go follow that.
Now you've been watching this Red Sox team. Now today you're seeing home runs, and on this homestand, the Red Sox have been hitting them like the teams that you grew up with. But what are you thinking about this Red Sox team?
I love these guys. Are so much fun to watch, and Devers and Nunez. I mean, this is going to change everything, and these guys are going to get rested a little bit. I mean, that stretch in July was nuts. That you guys. I mean, there was so many innings. Those guys, they have to be so beat up. So I don't. I mean, I think if things go our way, we can play with anybody. Right now, I'm really excited. Hopefully, Price will do what he can do. I mean, this team. I mean, we got a bomb squad this year.
1-0 and hammered to short. Bogarts will gather that. Can you hang with us another half inning?
Sure.
Thank you very much. Matt Damon joining us here in the booth. We're all tied up 3-3 at Fenway Park.
Boston relievers have thrown 11 and a third scoreless innings in this series. The Red Sox bullpen leads the majors in ERA. Boston has not finished the season with the major's lowest bullpen ERA in the last 100 years and has not finished in the top 10 since 2009.
Twisted tea tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted.
I didn't know if I was supposed to read that one.
That's my part. Don't read my part too, Matt. I mean, we know you can do them all. Hey, you had done 5 consecutive films, and you're finally taking a break here.
Yeah, I'm taking this year off.
But the whole idea about you taking time off is going to be foreign to you.
It is. It's a very I'm not very good at that, but I love my job.
Devers lead things off and tops one to Moncada. And you posed with I think a very grateful Brock Holter. We've been talking about this for years. How closely you guys resemble each other.
Yeah, Yeah, I've been, hearing about it for years, and so is he. So we laughed when we saw each other, and we both said, "Oh, we got to get this picture."
That's cool.
But my dad said it to me last night, and I said, "Yeah, he looks like me. He's 20-something years younger. He looks like a young me."
He's very, very into this. We've been sort of badgering him for years. The first time you see Matt Damon, make sure you get a picture and frame that baby when you bring it home. Bogart's getting in the box here. He is 1 for 1. When you talk about the ball club, and you've got to have fallen in love with Chris Sale.
Oh my God, it's just so much fun. It's so much fun watching him pitch, and you guys have been calling him great. It's just fun to the whole thing is great. I'm hoping my dad's 75th birthday is August 18th, and I think they might have swapped the schedule so they can have him pitch in New York and then have him pitch up here on the 18th against New York.
I think you're right.
Right.
So if we can get here for that, that would be something. I want to see him pitch live this season because, man.
Well, it's the easiest game to do. I mean,
it's 2 hours long.
That's great. I love it.
With about 14 punchies too.
Oh.
Did she make the play? I couldn't see.
She did not. It did get into the stands. You can rely on those ball attendants typically to make the play, but that was a bullet.
That was a rocket.
So what do? You got a year off after being so busy like that. Just jump into the kids' life.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly.
Yeah. I did it a few years ago, and it was incredible. The first 3 months were really difficult. Just kind of get my legs under me and not work. And then it got really, really easy.
Yeah, I get it.
The 0-2 to Xander as we chat with the great Matt Damon. We had Donnie Wahlberg in the booth with us a couple of months ago, and so impressed with you guys in that you have this life, the Hollywood life, and all the things you do, but you still follow the Sox every day.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I've done these press junkets for movies kind of in every, where you do a whistle stop tour of every city in the country, and nobody roots for our sports teams like we do. I mean, everybody on the street comes up and they know everything about the Red Sox and the Patriots, the Celtics, the Bruins. I mean, it's a sickness up here. I mean, I think maybe Philadelphia, I mean, are kind of those types of northeastern cities that are kind of dwarfed by New York, and we have a chip on our shoulder, and we just bleed for our teams.
And it's still there a little bit, even with all the championships.
It's always
still have
there.
It a little bit.
I'll tell you what, it's there in New York too, because I lived there for years, and before we won in 04, I'd wear my Red Sox hat around the city, and people might chant 1918, or they might, they were very kind of condescending about that. But once we started winning, now they don't like it. They take that hat off. Now it starts, so it's a rivalry again, which is great.
Well, the Yankees being much better this year. That's why the next couple weekends the Red Sox are playing there, and then they're coming here. So
it's big.
Yeah, it is. I like it.
Yeah, no, me
you
too.
don't want to beat them, but it's nice to have.
It's nice to have
baseball with the Yankees involved.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's nice to have that back. Baseball needs that back. Sports needs that back for there to be some anxiety about playing the Yankees again.
Right. That's when it's really electric, when you're walking around and you know they're coming into town, and it matters.
3-2 on the way to Xander, and the soft one will miss for ball 4, so he's on in front of Moreland. Now, do you have a guy on this team like when you were a kid you might have picked out a Freddie Lynn, you might have picked out a Dennis Eckersley on this particular team, and who are your kids rooting for? Who do they find their favorite player?
Well, let's see. I would say, I mean, for me, what I get excited about, I mean, beyond Sale, obviously, and Price and these kind of stud pitchers, but in terms of these, the everyday players, what I love is how young we are. I mean,
the outfield.
It's unbelievable. And if we can hold on to all these guys, I mean, this team is just going to be really fun, and to watch for years.
Ground ball, stabbed. He gets the out at first, down to second, and safe at second base. That was going to require a tag.
Yeah.
Got the force out at first base, so 2 down, and Xander Bogaerts into scoring position.
But you look at Benintendi, you look at Devers coming up. I mean, that's been unbelievable. We thought, and Nunez, these guys. This is just going to be a lot of fun for a long time if we can keep them all together.
We talk about a guy like Mookie Betts. I mean, to me, he's the guy. I mean, but for kids, I think he's probably the most popular out of everybody, and he's gonna cost you some money. That's what happens. You're going to get 3-4 years of nothing, and then they want the bank, man.
That's right.
Yep, and rightly so.
Yeah. And he can get it, and should.
Yes.
Jackie Bradley with a runner at second, 2 down. Matt Damon in our booth here this afternoon. 3-3 tie. And that'll miss outside. Jackie grounding out his first time up. Now, you were talking about Nunez, too, and I happened to look down, and when Nunez was introduced, you stood up, gave him a big ovation. You're liking him early on.
Of course.
How can you not?
Why wouldn't he? He's hitting 430.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He can play anywhere.
He 1-0. Yeah, look at the strike. So, as you're kind of just, lounging around these days, are you looking at scripts about what the next big project is for you, or are you just, that's not even on the back burner?
It's a bit on the back burner right now. I'm always trying to track the directors that I want to work with and kind of find out what they're up to, but I'm not kind of, ravenous about finding the next thing. It'll come. And
ground ball to the right side, Moncada. And that will retire the side.
Well, you didn't get us any runs.
You didn't get us any runs.
I didn't get you any runs, but we broke even, guys.
Yeah.
Matt, great. Thanks for the visit. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
Matt,
keep up the great work.
Pleasure, man.
All right, you bet.
Thank you.
You bet.
Matt Damon.
You.
And all locked up. We're tied up 3-3 in a beautiful day at Fenway. Fine Italian fabrics available at Men's Warehouse. Text NESSON to 66960 to receive a coupon for $20 off your next purchase of $100 or more at Men's Warehouse. Data rates may apply. On to the fifth, tied up 3-3. Once again, our thanks to Matt Damon for joining us here in the booth this afternoon, taking some time out from watching the game from the best seats in the house. We think we have the best seats in the house.
That's a pretty good seat right there.
That's a pretty darn good seat. He's got his family with him, including some cousins.
4 kids. He's got his hands full.
Big household. And still making time to follow his beloved Red Sox. Hansen has driven in a run with a sacrifice. Red Sox have tied it. East side with 3 runs, 5 hits.
How about this pitch count? Only 54 pitches.
And a ton of strikes. A chopper foul. Red Sox can finish up the homestand with a victory at 7-2. Going for 6 straight wins. Cleveland still leading the Yankees 1-0 in the 5th. That could not have been easy for Matt living in New York, as he said he did for a while as a rabid Red Sox fan and wearing his socks and Pats gear everywhere.
But it turned everything around. But 3 championships and the Pats, the way they're playing, I mean, everybody can proudly wear that.
No doubt. Garcia on deck, and then Moncada. Pfister had 1 rocky inning. That was the second. That tied him up, breaking ball down and in to strike him out. Leon will fire on to complete that, and Hansen is history. Limited tickets remain for James Taylor with Bonnie Raitt Friday. That's part of the Plainridge Park Casino Fenway Concert Series. Get yours at redsox.com/James Taylor. So one away, top of the order in Garcia. Ground ball through for a base hit. Hit the ball hard a couple of times, and that one for a single. He's 1 for 3.
That one perfectly placed between first and second. You couldn't have hit a ball more opportune right here. Look at this. He turns over this curveball out over the plate. He tries to hook this ball and gets over the top of it, but little top spin right between the hole. Perfectly placed.
So a 1-out base hit for Garcia. Moncada now. He's gone 1 for 2. He's singled in the third. And Pfister hasn't gotten yet. He's done a lot in his career. Is a double play ball. He has been a true ground ball specialist. 1-1. Red Sox will be traveling after the ball game today, heading to Florida, and will enjoy a day off there before the 2-game series with the Rays. Chris Sale to go in game 1 on Tuesday here on NESN. And the Sox will have another off day. They'll have that in New York before the series against the Yankees.
Kind of a strange schedule the next couple of weeks.
It is.
Now that the Indians have to come to Boston again in return for that makeup game.
August 14th. Hard hit for a base hit. Garcia taken off for second. He'll stop. Moncada with his second single. And they're on at first and second.
Moncada hitting the ball all over the place. Base hit to left first time, and then yanks it. First and second, 1 out. Here they got something going on.
And their best hitter about to dig in, Jose Abreu. A strikeout and a flyout, 0 for 2 today. Locked up 3-3 here in the top half of the 5th.
This is the time for a double play ball. Roll over this breaking ball or sinker down.
They have good speed on the bases. Not in the batter's box.
Boy, he goes right at him. He's not throwing real hard, but he's not afraid to use his fastball.
Well, stay tuned after the third out of this half inning for the mid-5th studio show with Adam, Jim, and Lenny. And the Red Sox are going to play just 8 games in the coming 11 days because of those off days. Line to right field. Young backing up and makes the grab. The runner at second. Garcia will tag. He's off to third base, and they're 2 down. That was well struck. Let's go down to Jemai.
Well, OB, you guys have mentioned it. Doug Fister coming off probably the best start of his season so far, 7 2/3 against the Indians. And he said that he's worked on some things mechanically to kind of get him back to where he should be. Talk with pitching coach Carl Willis, who says that those things mechanically has allowed him to really get back to pitching to his strengths. Willis, who was with Fister early in his career in Seattle, said there's a lot of trust there when situations present themselves during games, and that makes Fister an extremely valuable asset to have, and it's paid dividends so far.
Right now trying to hang on a 3-3 game. Here's Delmonico, and in some pain, fouled it off himself.
I'll tell you, you have no time to think. He gets in the stretch. He barely comes to a set. Giving Delmonico some time to sort of let the pain go away, but
that'll be October when that goes away.
I mean, he just gets it ready, go, barely pauses, and gone.
Boy, Delmonico.
Slider down and in. Must have got him an inner knee.
Rolled all the way down the third base line to the bag. So 1 strike on a young left-hand hitter. Runners at first and third for Chicago. They've out-hit the Sox today 7-5. And the 1-1 off the corner. Yankees have tied up the Indians. They're 1-1 in the 6th inning. Baltimore leading Detroit 5-0 in the 4th. Orioles are 7.5 games back. Toronto still firmly in the basement. They never did make a move, did they, really? The Blue Jays.
I didn't expect them to.
9.5 out. Sox up by 3 over New York in the division, and a check swing. They do appeal no swing, says Estabrook. So 3-1.
Got Saladino on deck. This guy's been their best hitter this series. I'd be careful here.
He's impressed the Red Sox. John Farrell's been talking about him, and the guy's been in the major leagues for about a week. Off speed, 3-2. Big slow curveball.
Oh, he's so anxious. He wants to swing the bat. This ball's not even close. This ball's down and away. He wasn't even trying to throw it there. I think he wanted it in. But a good pitch.
Three-2 on the way. And he got him. Struck him out. Caught him looking. 2 men left. Now it's time to turn it over to Adam, Jim, and Lenny for the mid-5th studio show. Out of the 5th, so at the midway point. And Sandy Leon to lead things off. Get expert emergency care without leaving Fenway at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station. Beth Israel Deaconess, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit bidmc.org. In tight on Sandy, who struck out his first at bat.
Sandy saw that his first time at bat. He threw him in there about 3 times. He smiles at him. Had a knife out of the way.
Brock Holt on deck. And that soft breaking ball will miss. big key for the Red Sox seems to be getting 4 runs. That one scalded toward the alley. Nobody out there on the grass, to the track and the wall. Leon into second base and scampers in with a double. A shot into the gap.
He said scamper. I don't know if I'd call it a scamper. He made it though, didn't he? He scalds this ball. 2-0 fastball that he gets. And he makes him pay. Look at this ball scalded out there. Gets down all the way to the wall. Thank goodness, because it's going to take him a while to get there.
Here's the scamper.
I mean, he's got a little limp going on, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he's got the
knee. It's tough to get a double.
Standing up. So the Red Sox have the leadoff man in scoring position in front of Brock Holt. Brock on the day is grounded to second and grounded to short. So at least trying to move him over. Looking for his first hit, however, in this series. Nunez on deck. He's homered today, so is Chris Young.
Fake the bunt right there. Got to get this runner over. Not an easy thing to do. Like I said, Sandy's not running very well. A sharp ground ball to second. I would try to throw him out of third.
Right-hander's 1-0. Off the middle, Leon going back to the bag. Scooped up by Anderson, and he'll get him. So Red Sox do not advance him. And one man is gone.
Tuesday at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. Adam Pellerin and Jim Rice will preview the series against the Tampa Bay Rays.
Nunez with a home run and also a grounder to short today. His 4th Red Sox home run. Benintendi on deck. Red Sox trying to take the lead. Nunez hitting .410 with runners in scoring position. That's 4th in the majors. He's been a clutch guy. He's driven in 12 runs on this homestand. And a 1-0.
Everything away, kind of afraid to go in on him.
Nunez last 12 games, he has 24 hits and 52 at bats. Hotter than hot. Leon off second with one down and the 2-0 from Pelfrey.
There it is. Sooner or later they got to go in. This little two-seamer that's just going to come running at him. Yeah, 3-0 now. You got a base open, but Benny on deck. Benny's been hot.
.30 on the way. Taking all the way, and a strike right on the corner. Pelfrey with his stuff, he needs to be fine. 3-9 coming in, earned run average over 5. Next pitch will be his 70th. Coming off a start against Toronto in which he allowed 6 earned runs. The third, up with it Sanchez. Red Sox still unable to get Leon over to third base, and now there are 2 gone.
That fastball created him to get a swing like that on a breaking ball. painted him on a 3-0 pitch. And you see the breaking ball, not really a great breaking ball, but you see him kind of out front, turns it over, rolls it over. Come back from a 3-0 count.
Benintendi with a base hit and a strikeout, 1 for 2. And they're going to walk him. This will be an intentional pass. So first and second. This is to get to Chris Young, who's hit the ball really hard twice, including one for a mammoth home run. Gives him a righty-righty.
First time up, he got a fastball. He just left out over the plate, and he three-quarter hack, didn't hook it. Ball stayed fair. And then he went off the boards the next time up for a double.
So he's off to a great start today. 2 RBIs. Chance for more now, first and second. An easy curveball, but off the corner for ball 1. Young has been driving the ball as of late. Here's the 1-0. High fly ball, left field line. That one deep into the corner again. And that ball is gone. He's done it again. A 3-run homer for Chris Young, who is having a day. He has now driven in 5 runs.
And that's what you get. You walk somebody in front of Kurt Young, and he makes you pay. Chris Young, he gets a breaking ball. He saw it before earlier in this count. Hits it perfectly right down the line. Hit a fastball out for a bomb. He hits another one. 3-run bomb this time.
Red Sox on top 6-3.
They got the right guy in the cleanup spot today. Look at this breaking ball. Stays right there. And once again, you're going to try to keep this thing fair. He chops at it. And that ball is just right past the foul pole. Thank you.
His second home run today.
That ball just hit the foul pole. Kick left.
Well, the body language didn't work for Pelfrey. He still can't believe it.
Well, it's not a very good pitch.
It's the 3rd home run he's allowed today. And here on this homestand, they have become the home run hitting Red Sox. And a lot of those smiles lately.
I mean, 3-run home runs, I'll tell you.
Line shot and a base hit as Devers goes the other way for his first knock today. And Red Sox beginning to reach Pelfrey as they did in the first inning. And they get their bullpen active. When you think about the strategy, Benintendi swinging the bat very well. He's a left-hand hitter, but they walk him to get to Chris Young, who had already homered and doubled.
Right. I mean, that's just.
And you know.
He just can't make a pitch. I mean, the breaking ball was just sitting there.
But a hitter, even though they'll maybe tell you later, no, I don't take it personally. They do.
Sure they do.
And he made him pay.
And he looked like he's seeing the ball good off him because he spit on a breaking ball. First pitch to him.
Mania loosening in their pen. Xander Bogaerts will climb in, a base hit and a walk.
That must be great satisfaction from somebody walking you right to face you. But him hitting cleanup, he's in the right spot today. I mean, it's a beautiful call. You know, you don't see Chris Young batting 4th. It's just like when Petey took over the 3rd spot. Remember, he started going off.
We did. He drove in 29 runs in 27 games, something like that. And wow your clients and guests with luxury suites and premium experiences right here at Fenway. Email premiumsales@redsox.com or call 617-226-6912 for more information. Red Sox ahead 6-3 over Mike Pelfrey and the White Sox. Devers aboard. He's running. Swing and a miss. Throw down. Will not get him, and the Red Sox are running and hitting home runs. That combination has been pretty deadly against Pelfrey.
See Devers get down the baseline. I didn't know he had that kind of speed. Look at him. He gets it up. He's not a big lead, but he's safe easy too. I mean, it's all about the pitcher.
That is his first career stolen base. Xander Bogaerts had one earlier. And a 1-2. Narvaez with the stop.
It's kind of beyond embarrassing for the White Sox. It really is. Easier said than done trying to sweep somebody. I don't care how bad a team is.
But that's exactly what the Red Sox can do. A 4-gamer, no less. Trying to run the winning streak to 6 in a row. That'll miss.
Tuesday at 6:30. Don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. Adam Pellerin and Jim Rice will preview Tuesday starter Chris Sale. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Yankees have taken a 5-1 lead at Cleveland, by the way. They're in the 6th inning.
Sooner or later, the Yankees are going to score some runs.
You would think with that lineup. And a 3-2. Line into left. Delmonico with a catch to retire the side. Chris Young is having some afternoon. 2 home runs, a double, and 5 RBIs so far. Red Sox up 6-3. And 16. It's a special ticket offer. You can take the whole family, get free parking at the Prudential Center garage, a free Boston Duck Tour shuttle ride to and from Fenway, and a free hot dog and fountain soda with every ticket, courtesy of Aramark. For more information, visit redsox.com/family pack. A terrific deal. And the Red Sox in front 6-3. Mr. Young blasting it all around Fenway Park and has 5 RBIs already. As he gets the start in right field for Mookie Betts today, just a day off for Mookie. He had 1 or 2 coming.
Fister gets some breathing room. A little 3-run lead.
Saladino is doubled and popped up. This is going to be a long final 2 months for the Chicago White Sox. I mean, where do they go?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got to pitch a little bit or they'll have no chance. Young lineup like that. It all starts with starting pitching, and they haven't got it. although Rodon was nasty.
I think he would have been good against anybody.
Yes.
You know, throwing 97 with that nasty slider of his. Red Sox would win that game anyway, but he pitched a great game. He struck out 11.
Yeah.
He's a first-round draft pick. Backing up, Brock Holt to get a nice hop and throws on to get Saladino. And they've got some good young players on this team, but
yeah,
they are going to take massive lumps.
Oh, yeah. It's going to take a while for them to just sort of mesh together this lineup. They need more power. You know, you're hoping that Moncada is going to turn into a superstar, right?
Delmonico looks like the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
They've got some arms in the bullpen. You're right about the rotation, though.
Yeah, you've got to have starting pitching. You can't do anything without that.
James Shields does not have much left. Pelfrey does not have much left.
Gonzalez, you know.
Yeah. He's a guy who a couple of years ago pitched really well against the Red Sox, but looks like those days are over. Red Sox knocked them all over the place. Going to be a long run the rest of the way for them. As you said several times, I mean, coming into the series, you have to take advantage of opponents like this who are highly beatable.
Yeah, what they did is they beat Rodon more than anything. Yep. The best pitch game against them, they win that game. That was the best chance the White Sox had.
I mean, who's more beatable right now? Maybe the Phillies?
I guess.
39 and 69. They're awful.
Yeah, they have a better. White Sox have a better record, but that's fallen quick.
It's close.
They've won 4 out of the last 26.
Sanchez with an RBI single. He's also grounded out.
See ya.
He will take a seat.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. Adam Pellerin, Jim Rice, Lenny DiNardo will break down Doug Fister's start. Whatever, whenever, wherever. Who but WB Mason?
6 Ks for Fister. He started out the ball game with a 1-2-3. He also did that in the 4th inning. Line to center. Jackie Bradley dips down to get it, and that's a 1-2-3 here in the 6th. Red Sox up by 3 runs over Chicago. Upgrade your day with DD Perks. You can earn a free beverage when you enroll and speed past the line with on-the-go ordering. DD Perks, everyone deserves an upgrade. Speeding past the line may not be possible at all locations. Red Sox ahead 6-3 here in the last half of the 6th inning. Bottom 3rd of the order. Pelfrey still out there despite an active bullpen. Moreland and Bradley and Leon. And the 0-1. Will pop into right field. They had the shift on. Moncada out there to haul that in. Mitch Moreland is 0 for 3. Shop Jordan's Furniture now and save twice the sales tax on anything you buy, or get up to 72 months no interest with equal payments and no minimum. See Jordans.com for details. One away, Jackie Bradley. He's gone 0 for 2. And it hits him. Struck by the pitch, so he is aboard. Up, time for a game break. Brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Adam Pellerin. Adam, thank you. Here's Sandy Leon, a strikeout, a double, and a run scored. And the Red Sox got 3 in the 5th inning on a Chris Young blast, his second of the day.
Maybe they'll try to hold somebody on right here for once in this game. The Red Sox running wild. Devers stealing the bag easy.
And Bogart, same thing. Back to first and a dive in.
Yeah, they're paying attention now. He's kind of sprawling back in. He gets back easy, but panic piece set in.
And the 0-1. Inside, that one almost got him. Almost got him on the shirt. Now the key for the Red Sox is the 4 runs. Since June 3rd, they've won 30 out of 33 games when scoring at least 4 runs. 91%. So it's the last thing John Farrell tells everybody before they head out, right? Get 4. Just get 4.
Just give me 4.
It's that easy. Red Sox team that is launching home runs. There goes the runner. Jackie on the loose, the tag, and he slides it. Got him. He's out at second base. Now John Farrell may challenge this.
There's a one hopper there. Anderson picked it. See, the hop gets the glove down to his knee. He didn't. The front foot didn't kick in. He might have been safe. Look at Jackie's left heel. Doesn't get there. Gets him on the thigh. He's out.
Yep. So it had been easy to that point. Now Baez with the throw, and so there are 2 out. And the curveball misses. Base is empty. Holmberg and Manaea now side by side. Manaea had been warming by himself earlier. And the 3-1, and he walks him. So Leon is on, and that'll bring up the Matt Damon lookalike Brock Holt.
And that's enough.
And Renteria has seen enough. That Pelfrey was lucky to get this far.
I think so too.
Holmberg coming in. So we'll take the break. A pitching change with the Red Sox leading 6-3 as they go for the sweep. Brought to you by LL Bean, proud partners of the Boston Red Sox. And a beautiful day here at Fenway. Wherever you're tuning in, hope that is the case. Red Sox leading here 6-3. The starter Pelfrey now out of the ball game. The left-hander Holmberg coming on because Brock Holt is about to dig in. He's gone 0 for 3 today with ground balls in the first, the third, and the fifth. 3.65 ERA for the southpaw.
Saw Holmberg the other night. Doesn't throw all that much. I mean, doesn't throw very hard. Little breaking ball.
Two down, a man on.
Oh.
And he gets hit by the pitch. Tap it a couple of times today. Twice in this inning now.
Well, if you're going to get hit with something, it might as well be a breaking ball. Look at this thing. That never, I mean, no chance. That is a misfired breaking ball. It's 3 feet to the left.
Well, how about this? Here comes Renteria again.
That's it?
So Holmberg comes on and throws one pitch.
That's embarrassing.
And hits a batter, and out he comes.
Well, I'd have a hard time walking off the field. I think I'd want to sprint off the field.
Wow.
Wouldn't you?
He was barely in the game.
I know, that was ugly. Man.
Tires his last 13 games. Eduardo Nunez red hot. Last 8 of those with the Red Sox, hitting .455, 4 homers, 16 RBIs. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. And Eduardo coming up here with runners at first and second. Red Sox trying to open up a large lead here, ahead 6-3. Minaya out of the bullpen. We'll try and work a little bit longer than Holmberg did. Nunez has already crushed a home run today, 1 for 3.
You don't see that every day, do you? A pitcher come in first pitch, drill somebody.
Sure don't.
The end.
Might not be the last time with this White Sox team they are in such a state.
Whoa! I mean, he already drilled 2 guys. Let's don't get carried away.
And Jackie Bradley and Brock Holt both hit in this inning.
With this fastball, it's supposed to be away. That's not even close.
Two down, 2 on. One and one. Red Sox wrapping up a 9-game homestand today. Of course, it was supposed to be 10. One game with the Indians rained out. That'll be made up August 14th. At 6:10. 1-2. But a win today, and the Red Sox go 7-2 on it. The most memorable homestand of the season. Stopped by Narvaez. The runners will stay put. Benintendi on deck.
It did not look good last Sunday, right after they had a lead last Sunday against Kansas City and lost that lead. Didn't look good.
Nope.
What a difference a week makes.
Lost that series.
Yeah.
2-1, but Red Sox have not lost since. And a swing and a miss. A big cut by Nunez down on strike. So the Red Sox will strand a couple of base runners, but lead it 6-3. $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives and move us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cbshealth.com/be-the-first. To the 7th, Red Sox 6, White Sox 3. Doug Fister settled in his last few innings. He's only allowed a couple of hits. That one slapped toward the alley. That's going to drop down. Jackie Bradley to cut it. Feet on the track is going to hold him to a long single.
Oh, what a play.
What a fine play.
What a play.
Jackie Bradley. He makes this look routine, but it's not.
Narvaez is not even going to think about going to second base on this, but what a play by Jackie to get to this ball to begin with and get something on it, stop his momentum, get something on it, one hop right there. Beautiful.
His throws on this homestand have been tremendous. Not to say he doesn't always have a great arm, but he looks like he is raising that part of his game, and obviously the catches have been off the charts.
I think last year is when his arm was a little erratic. Him going and getting balls has always been there, but he's got such a good arm. If he's off the hair because he throws it, he just heaves that thing. Sometimes gets a little, tries to show it off a little too much maybe.
Well, he's a stop sign. 2017.
But what a play that was. Doesn't go unnoticed.
The speedy Hansen takes one in there for a strike. He has an RBI and a sac flies. Also struck out. Red Sox ahead 6-3. Hits are even at 8. Looks like the Yankees are sailing today. They have an 8-1 lead in the 7th over the Indians.
Got a short leash here with Fister, with Reed out there throwing.
Although the pitch count's in pretty good shape. He's at 85.
Yeah, but you can't let him get into a jam, give up any runs. Not when you got all these guys out there.
Yeah, and if you're warming them, if you're heating them up, you're going to use
them. You're
up,
you're in. You got it.
Garcia on deck. And And the 2-1 will find the mark. Pfister's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Here into the 7th inning.
Got no walks is big. That's him. He doesn't, he's always around the plate. Whoa.
Time granted late there by Dan Bellino.
You better hurry up and call timeout because he's gone. As soon as he starts tries to get this set, he's gone.
2-2 and a swing and a miss, and down he goes, strike 3.
He did it again, back to back. Last time, same pitch, identical in the dirt. Hansen punches out.
You're right. Here comes John Farrell. He's got Reed ready. Pfister in line for the victory. That last one is 7th strikeout.
Not too bad to walk away from with a strikeout of Hansen. 6 1/3. A little round of applause.
Well, that's 2 in a row for Doug Pfister.
Nicely done.
And trying to go to 2 consecutive wins. Very nice round of applause at Fenway. Pitching change, 6-3 Boston. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Red Sox 6 and Chicago 3. Pitching change for the Red Sox first time today.
Badly needed, really, with Price out.
And Garcia to climb in. 1 for 3 with a single.
I gotta have that. Talked about Reed, using him in the 7th inning. It doesn't matter. You use him when you need him, and that's where they need him, at the top of the lineup right here.
Right back to the hill. Had a lot of spin on it. Finally fires on to first to get him, and down to second, Narvaez.
Stay tuned for Red Sox Final, presented by Plainridge Park Casino. Adam Pellerin, Jim Rice, and Lenny DiNardo will preview the upcoming series against the Tampa Bay Rays.
The other guy who has given the Red Sox a big lift today certainly is playing right field this afternoon. Chris Young with 5 RBIs, 2 home runs. And for a good ball club, a team that is going to win, you have to have that when your best player is out of the lineup for the first time in weeks in Mookie Betts.
And look what he does.
And look what Chris Young did today so far. Moncada slaps a foul for strike 1.
That's the way the Red Sox are going right now. I mean, they couldn't go any better at this point. They're doing what they're supposed to do. That big game against Cleveland, though, to me that stands out. Probably will stand out all year. 12-10.
Yeah, it'll be fascinating, when September comes around, to track back to that particular game, that wild, crazy, zany game, which made no sense.
Right. Chris Sale got away with it. Kimbrel got away with it. He walked away with a win. He could have been like, That makes you forget a bad outing in a heartbeat.
Boy. So much went into that soup. It turned out a walk-off win. Christian Vasquez with that blast, and game of the year so far. Maybe one that really turned a lot of things for the Red Sox. Cut on and missed. He struck him out. So that'll do it. We're going to keep it right here inside the ballpark for God Bless America. Red Sox with a 6-3 lead over the White Sox on a gorgeous day here at Fenway Park. We check out what events are coming up at Foxwoods.
The Red Sox Foundation helps make dreams come true for the families of New England. Each game you aid in these life-changing efforts by supporting the 50-50 raffle. This afternoon's winning numbers are now posted on the center field video board. And now, before Josh Cantor leads us in the singing of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, we ask you to please rise. Here to perform God Bless America, please welcome back Michaela and Maria Boissonneau.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Okay. Yep. Welcome back to Fenway Park, everybody, where the Red Sox lead the White Sox 6-3 in the 7th inning. Tuesday is a Chris Sale start, but it's also possibly a big day for a return of Dustin Pedroia as he makes his way off the 10-day disabled list. Red Sox manager John Farrell said today was a good day for him. He took BP.
High fly slicing down the left field line, but that went into a sweet.
He took BP. He also took some aggressive work on the infield, did some ground ball work. Farrell said that Pedroia has responded favorably to the treatment and that his day was good today, and his return could be likely on Tuesday in Tampa.
All right, Jemai, thanks for that update. Benintendi today, 1 for 2 with a single. He's been walked intentionally, and that was questionable. Pedroia working out earlier today, looking smooth there.
We'll see how they maneuver this lineup every day with Pedroia back.
One of those good problems.
Yes. You got that DH slot for flexibility is what you have.
And right now an ailing Hanley Ramirez. So that makes it a little bit easier at the moment. For he feels better. Chris Young on deck. He's had a spectacular day with 2 homers and 5 RBIs. 3-2 to Benintendi.
Well, top hand keeps coming off of Benintendi, the bat. Looks like he's going to lose the bat, throw the bat. Did it earlier in this at bat. He did the same thing as this. You see that top hand come off. No, it didn't come off. It just didn't look right.
He's going to take a walk for the second time. They walked him intentionally in the 5th inning to get to Chris Young, and he belted a 3-run homer.
How about Chris Young? I tell you what, gets into the 4 slot, and what's he do? He responds with a home run the first time up, a double off the wall, another RBI there, and then the biggest hit of the day, the 3-run bomb that he hits off a Pelfrey, hanging breaking ball, keeps it just fair, hits the foul pole, beautiful.
Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Boston Red Sox. So 7 home runs for Chris Young. He has a man at first, nobody out, and pops this one up. The catcher Narvaez hoping for some room back there, but it's onto the net. Sox are trying to go to 5-0 in the month of August. Taking advantage of these home games. That was the hope coming out of the All-Star break. Top heavy in home games, and they're doing it. Matt Barnes loosening. This will be a pretty short road trip. Only a 5-gamer coming up starting Tuesday against Tampa Bay and then the Yankees. The Sox are back home August 15 and 16. Foul straight back. Those 2 games against the Cardinals, and then the Yankees will be in for 3, and their off day on that Monday the 14th has been lost because the Cleveland Indians are going to make that game up and rain out here at Fenway.
Can't feel sorry for yourself. Cleveland's a team that has got to come in here for 1.
Sure. 0-2 will miss. Look at the road ahead, presented by People's United Bank.
That's difficult. You talk about the Yankees for 6, Cleveland for 5. St. Louis is no slouch here.
I think they were hoping for a better year for the St. Louis Cardinals, weren't they? They always do there. Again, pop foul back out of play. They're 2 games under 500. They're still in the hunt, though.
Yeah.
They're only 4.5 out in their division.
Yeah, they're lucky that the Cubs haven't played up to, their potential. Last year they ran away with it.
Yeah, Cubs are only 7 games over 500 going into play today. Well, they have recovered to take the lead in that division. Nobody out, a man on, and a 1-2 to Chris Young. Tried to hold up, and he did on a pitch into the dirt. Looking like the Red Sox going to have to win to remain 3 up on the Yankees. New York with an 8-1 lead on Cleveland. 8th inning. Red Sox soon to be headed to Cleveland. And 4 games there against Terry Francona's Indians.
I'll tell you, Young's had some good swings.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, beyond some foul balls, he's on everything. He's spitting on breaking balls.
2 homers, a double, and a happy fan providing him with a souvenir. 2-2, and he went, according to home plate umpire Bellino. And Young very upset with that. But from up here, it looked like he held it. Looked like he had checked. John Fowl coming out to protect his player.
He knows he didn't go. You don't do what he's doing right now if you didn't go. You're going to see this. He did not go.
He did not.
Yeah.
He got robbed there.
You got to go to the first base umpire, man. That's what you got to do. This is so wrong. I've always thought that was wrong. They can't see that.
I would have a hard time believing if they did go to Jerry Lane, he would have supported that. Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, he knew it. You don't make a scene like that unless you're right. Especially after the day that he's had.
Well, why not go to the umpire?
Yeah.
You know, the other umpire has a better angle than the home plate umpire. Runner goes. Here's the chuck. Not going to get him. The Red Sox with their third stolen base. They've been running quite a bit today.
I mean, they're just doing this every night. Here they go. Benintendi with another stolen base. I mean, they're getting these bags easy, too. I mean, a good jump, good throw, and it doesn't even have him. Boy, he goes into the air. Doesn't he, that dive? Get it.
Red Sox have stolen 71 bases. They are third in the American League. But now the home runs are coming as well. Been waiting on those this summer, and they have arrived on this homestand.
They're not in last anymore. They just tied Minnesota for second to last. They got 116.
It's atypical of a Red Sox team, no question, but it is beginning to happen. And they've hit 3 more today. I think Jerry Lane, the umpire at first, was probably just calling for time there.
Oh, I thought he was. Yeah, he wasn't saying.
But why not go to him for that call?
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense. And the 3-0. And he misses for ball 4. So Devers is on.
Tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll save you time and get you up to speed on all the news in sports, including a recap of the Red Sox homestand. NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank.
I think, you know, one of the reasons that we showed you, love you as well, one of the reasons we showed you Jerry Lane there, and clearly he was asking for time there. If you read his lips, it looked like he was saying, I had him going.
Oh, he did? Well, that's cute. Just to let the dugout know that I had him going?
Perhaps. Going back to the Chris Young at bat, the 0-1. Slap to third. They'll tap the base for the force there. Cross the diamond for the double play. And that'll do it for the Red Sox. At the end of 7, 6-3. Sox on top of the White Sox. .com. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball. Subaru Retailers of New England, supplying all-wheel drive vehicles with a lot to love. Plainridge Park Casino, 45 minutes from Boston. And by Ford Trucks, built Ford Tough, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Back at Fenway, top half of the 8th inning. Red Sox leading the White Sox 6-3. Matt Barnes will come on out of the bullpen. Addison Reed worked the last inning. Doug Fister working into the 7th in a strong effort. Kind of interesting how John Farrell has been using Reed. I think everyone assumed, and I think John said it actually when he was acquired, that he would be the 8th inning guy. He's been using him more frequently in the 7th, actually.
Well, he just wants to use him when it's the most important time. Not only that, what I didn't know is that he holds runners on real well.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's using him strategically. Here's Abreu leading off here in the 8th. And we went back and took a look at Jerry Lane. This is a case of an umpire who is backing up the guy at home plate, his teammate Dan Bellino, maybe as much as anything. But you could read his lips when Chris Young was rung up on a check swing. Certainly looked to us like it was a check swing. Home plate umpire had him swinging. Yeah, I saw Lane, and he's talking to the Red Sox dugout when he does this. So there's the time, and he goes, "I had him going."
I had him going. So he's really defending the other umpire.
Right. One ball and one strike on Jose Abreu. Red Sox have done very good work on this guy so far in the series.
Yeah, get him out of here with no damage, no really big damage.
Hitless today and 3 for 15 in the series.
Guy that's in Fenway Park, the guy's hitting 375 coming in here with about 14 or 15 games with 14 or 15 RBIs.
Nicky Delmonico on deck, and the 1-2. And he blows him away 94 miles an hour with the high heat to strike out Abreu. He can't wait to get out of Fenway.
He can't lay off that high fastball. A couple of breaking balls earlier in the count, but you'll never catch up with that.
MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Red Sox baseball. Get Red Sox home screen icons, app features, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today.
You're getting back to the 7th or 8th inning. What's the difference? I mean, to me, there won't be an 8th inning if you don't get the 7th inning. The same thing, about the 9th. Sometimes that's why they say the closer. Bring your closer in early. Well, you don't really have to with this staff because you got a 5-headed monster out there, 6 guys, whatever.
Now you have Kelly back.
Yeah, a lot of guys. This is a good bullpen, to say the least.
It's a lot of weapons for John Farrell to use when he sees fit.
Good as anybody.
Yep.
Good as anybody in the game.
Deep.
Yep. You don't throw 95, you ain't got nothing.
Delmonico with a bunt hit. He's gone 1 for 3, and that skips up there.
Fans, don't miss NESN Live tomorrow evening at 5:30 on NESN. We'll have continuing coverage of the Bruins offseason and the Patriots camp in Gillette. NESN Live is presented by Cross Insurance.
One, 2. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Leon to collect and gun. Back-to-back strikeouts by Matt Barnes. Boy, lately he has really been locked in.
He's got that hook, man. It is devastating. This is the devastator, that 12-6 curveball. You don't see it all that much, but then again, it's making its comeback, right? That curveball, but he's got a good one. High gas and then 12-6 curveball in dirt they can't lay off. Look at that thing go down.
Well, he's looking for a 4th scoreless appearance on this homestand. Saladino to get in. Top half of the 8th. Red Sox ahead by 3. going for the sweep. Scout the Stars of tomorrow right here on NESN with 2 Paw Sox games. They'll be hosting the Charlotte Knights tomorrow night and the Columbus Clippers on Thursday night, with NESN's coverage of both games beginning at 7. Sox got 2 runs in the first inning on solo home runs by Eduardo Nunez and Chris Young. That is not the last we have heard of Chris Young today. He's had a huge day with 5 RBIs. He's also doubled in a run and cracked a 3-run homer.
That makes 11 home runs in the last 6 games.
For this Red Sox team, they have found the home run stroke. Punch to that right side. Hold from shallow right. And another scoreless inning out of the right-hander, Matt Barnes. He gets him 1-2-3. West. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Red Sox carrying a 6-3 lead into the bottom half of the 8th inning. Dennis Ecker's lead Dave O'Brien and Jemai Webster alongside. Red Sox trying to go to 7-2 on the homestand, which ends today. Make it a 6-game winning streak. And really enjoy that off day in St. Petersburg, Florida tomorrow. Here's Aaron Bummer, who gave it up to Moreland the other night for the walk-off home run. So he's 0-2, a 7.36 ERA.
And he gets to face Moreland again. That's how baseball works. A little redemption right back at you.
First man he'll face, in fact, here in the 8th. Moreland today is 0 for 3. Jackie Bradley, Sandy Leon also to hit in the inning. And if anybody reaches, Brock Holtz. Not exactly a hit fest today. Each side with 8 hits, but the Red Sox have hit 3 over the fence. Mitch hitting .243, 14 home runs. Really driving it as of late. Sweeps in there tonight after 6 o'clock. Don't miss the Ultimate Red Sox Show presented by AAA. Interviews with John Farrell, Dave Dombrowski, and Doug Fister, who can win it today. That's tonight at 6, only on NESN. Foul at the plate. Doug Fister going into the 7th. Didn't walk anybody.
In that inning that they got the 4 hits, there's a couple of cheap hits.
I would say some soft rollers that got through.
A
for
bunt,
sure.
a bunt,
and a bunt.
Yep.
A couple that barely squeaked out, so he was not hard hit at any point. And that'll be in there for strike 3. So yeah, maybe a bit of revenge there for Bummer.
Not enough when you get a walk-off, believe me.
One man gone. Jackie Bradley to climb in. Jackie was hit by a pitch last time. An inning that saw the Red Sox hit by 2 pitches. Brock Holt got one as well on a breaking ball.
There'll probably come a time when you don't use the bullpen enough. There'll be guys down there. I mean, a couple of good starts, 7-inning starts, and next thing you know, guys don't get their work in. That's, I guess, a good problem to have. Got him again.
Boy, almost did. Just out of the way. Kelly and Kimbrel out there. The K squad. And the 2-0 from the left-hander. Into left field, but that'll be caught by Delmonico. And there are 2 down. Is our tools of the trade brought to you by DeWalt FlexVolt.
Here he is again. I mean, right from the get-go, he goes yard. 4th home run on the year for the Red Sox. Only had 4 all year. He gets 4 in about 9 days.
DeWalt FlexVolt, the official power tool of the Boston Red Sox. Nunez keeps on swinging it. Sandy Leon has gone 1 for 2, a double and a run today. He's also taken ball 4. In fact, both of the Red Sox catchers are swinging good bats right now. Vasquez is hot as a firecracker. And Sandy Leon also on a nice run.
You'll see Leon catch Sale, though, that with no doubt. I mean, he's with him all year long, and then not to say that Vasquez had anything to do with him his last outing, but still, I mean, you're used to, especially the way that he works so quick. You don't want to change that up.
A day off tomorrow, and then Sale goes on Tuesday, game 1 against Tampa Bay. Rays have fallen 5.5 games off the pace. They've been sliding a little bit.
Milwaukee shut them out, I think, back-to-back games. Not today, but the last 2, I believe.
Bummer with a 1-2. Stay right here after the 3rd out of this inning for a special behind the scenes look at what happens in between innings. And trust me when I tell you, we have no idea. Anything could happen. Anything. And the 2-2 fired inside. So full count on Sandy Leon. Brock Holt next. Bottom of the 8th. Red Sox ahead 6-3. And he went, according to home plate umpire Bellino. That is a swing and a miss for strike 3. 9th inning coming up. Don't go anywhere as we stay in the park.
Tuesday.
Glorious day here in Boston and throughout New England. And the Red Sox on the verge of winning their 6th consecutive game. Here's the game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Big star today has certainly been Chris Young. 3 for 4 double, 2 home runs. He's driven in 5. Doug Fister with another strong effort, 6 1/3. Didn't walk anybody, 7 Ks. And of course, Eduardo Nunez hit a home run. Boy, it's been going lately. And the baseball will now go to Mr. Kimbrel. Craig Kimbrel last night picking up save number 26. He hit the first batter he faced, Garcia, but then picked him off first base.
Yeah, he didn't like that. He didn't like that. He thought he got in the way. He was over the strike zone. He got hit. Meanwhile, he picks him off. And that was his second pickoff in his career.
3-0, 26 saves with a 1.54 ERA. It's been a great year for Kimbrel. First pitch, a ball here on Sanchez. Red Sox with 6 runs, 8 hits. Chicago 3 runs and 8 hits. Back to last night to pick.
100-mile-an-hour pickoff. Look at this. Boom. Nice play by Moreland to put the tag down. You can't get thrown out like that. That was brutal.
And a line drive base hit into left field. So Sanchez with his second hit today. Bob's Discount Furniture is going to bat for the Jimmy Fund again this year. Bob will donate $1,000 to the Jimmy Fund for every game saved. Everybody saves at Bob's, the only choice for untouchable furniture value. Available in store or at mybobs.com.
Got to get locked in right now. A little short stroke that Garcia had. A little base hit to left field. Got a 3-run lead, but you got to lock in.
Anderson 1 for 3, a single. You talked about their base running. It was 3 consecutive innings, wasn't it, where they made a base running mistake of some kind?
Oh yeah, the double play ball that Hansen got double up off first. I thought Abreu shouldn't have tried to turn a single into a double, and then the pickoff in the 9th was the worst. They called him Garcia Sanchez at first base.
So the White Sox are actually ahead in hits, 9-8. 0-1. And 99 with that 4-seam fastball. Tampa Bay won their game today 2-1. They beat Milwaukee. Toronto has a 4-3 lead on the Astros in the 7th inning. Baltimore is going to win. It looks like they have an 8-1 lead late against Detroit. Also the case with the Yankees. In the 9th inning, they lead the Indians 8-1 in Cleveland. To Anderson. Down he goes. 6 career at bats against Kimbrel, and Kimbrel has struck him out 5 times.
Well, he's probably not the Lone Ranger, but this ball's not even close. This ball's out of his hands. This ball's neck high. 0-2, swinging out of his hand. A little wake-up call for Kimbrel, the base hit, and then goes to town again. Here he goes.
Taking on Narvaez, who's 1 for 3, a base hit. We had a great visit with Matt Damon.
Yeah,
in the 4th inning.
Should have got a picture of him.
We didn't get a picture, but take a picture of this. I mean, still in the ballpark. It's not like one of these celebs who flees after 4 or 5 innings. Hanging out with his kids right to the end. Enjoying a great day at Fenway. Gently hit, another foul.
That's serious kitchen right there. Whew. Check your bat.
Oh, 2.
Now what are you going to do?
It's the fastball. See if he hits 100. He threw like 7 in a row at 100 the other night.
This is a hook.
Breaking ball. No chance. 2 down. That's pretty filthy.
You know, it's getting to be where, you know, just like, it's not that thrilling. I mean, what do you want him to do now? He's done everything he could do. I mean, he just embarrasses hitters.
Well, to me, it's like a short sample of Chris Sale.
Yes.
As you mentioned, kind of embarrassing hitters. Now, this is a lineup that's not going to overpower anybody, but
you know, when he goes out there and he doesn't strike anybody out, aren't you kind of surprised?
Shocked.
When they make contact.
Shocked.
It's like, what up?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him? They made contact.
Let's see. The base hit. Is he
Right?
hurt?
I know. What's wrong?
Does he need to be checked out?
Isn't that something? Like the other night, he got 2 hits off him, and we were like, something's wrong here.
Kinda
And then
stunning.
he punched everybody out.
Yeah. At 100 miles an hour. So now Hansen with 2 down. Red Sox on the verge of a 6-game winning streak and a 4-game sweep of the White Sox. You can say at the top of a series like this, yeah, they ought to sweep, but it's very tough to do. Runner goes on 1 hop, knocked down by Brock Holt, up and throwing, and got him to end the ball game. Red Sox win it 6-3. They have ripped off 6 in a row and go 7-2 on the homestand. Kimbrel wraps it up. Pfister got the win. Chris Young, the hitting start today with 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in, and the Red Sox, Adam, are sailing along and are really going to enjoy that day off in Florida tomorrow.